Hey y'all, before we get started, I wanted to explain the reason why I began conversations with Demariss. The question comes up, but hey, it's my first episode. So whether it was I was overwhelmed with all of my thoughts or nerves just consumed me, I forgot to mention it. So bear with me, I'll get better. But it was really important to me that I get my complete answer out there. I'm sure quite a few of you are here for that very reason. But a lot of times we find ourselves having to repeat tests and trials because we don't follow the instructions that the Lord gave us the first time. I know I'm not the only one. Well, me, at this big grown age, is actually just tired of repeating the same cycles. So this time I chose to listen the first time. I'm not sure what will come out of it, but I'm sure obedience is better than sacrifice. So meet me in the comments, like, and share this post. And again, thank you for going on this journey with me. Welcome to a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The podcast where we talk about, well, literally everything: culture, conversations, life lessons, and the random gems you didn't know you needed. I'm your host, and we're diving in. Let's get into it. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me with a little bit of this and a little bit of that for Conversations with Demariss and my sometime host, Jocelyn.
That's me.
Thank you so much for joining me. I don't even know how we got here.
I don't either, especially me. But hey, just trying to be supportive.
I take you everywhere with me. Like, I do. Like, I don't even know where I would go. I mean, I don't even know who else I would have done this with besides you.
Oh, well, what an honor. That's sweet.
You're a fun girl.
Yeah, that's sweet. I appreciate it.
But no, like, I really don't know how we got here. It really changed. It started from a Facebook post to now we are here.
Well, I think you're quite funny, so maybe that's like
a part funny too.
Not too much.
Wait, no, I do think I'm funny, but I also think I'm very smart. I think I have a lot of insight on a lot of different topics. And to be honest, I have been seeking the Lord. Now, let me just put it out there. Conversations with Demariss is not a religious podcast, and I say podcast because we are speaking to the future, but it's not a religious podcast. However, it is a religious individual, and I won't even say religious because I don't have a relationship more so than religion. So what's in you will come out. But I have been praying to the Lord, like, what's my next purpose? What's the next thing? Because it is something different from anything that I've actually done before. And, I made the post about wanting to do a podcast and being a content creator. I did not get the church mics. I bought my own. My sister tried to call me out on that, but, so it started out from there, and then like it literally everything started flowing. Like even the topic was in the name of this, was actually in the status. I sent a message out to my friends and family, saying that this was something that I was thinking about doing. And of course, it was mixed reviews, but all of them were valid, because I am an unfiltered individual. So,
but were the responses what you expected?
Yeah, like my community, I will say, they always show up for me. So whether I decide that I want to run away and live in a cabin next week or in a RV, they're going to be, okay, well, what about this? Now, I do have, my sister is very logical. Thank God for her. So, of course, she's like, wait, what are we going to, how is this? So the business side, of course, she definitely kicked in and was like, so have we thought about this? Have we thought about that? But yeah, no, everybody was really supportive.
Do you have like some funny statements that you would like to share? Or like a crazy response that someone gave you?
Okay, so
besides the Facebook post.
Yeah, besides the Facebook post, because nobody actually took the assignment seriously on Facebook. Everybody just started randomly talking about the status, and I did get an invitation because I did put out that I wanted to be a guest on someone's podcast.
Shout out to that podcast. Shout out
it was
to Bobby actually Mitchell. Really good.
Yeah, Fresh Start Faith Only is the name of his podcast. So follow Bobby Mitchell on Facebook and go to his YouTube page as well. You can be able to catch the episode or the interview that I did, which of course was also introducing that I was launching my own. But in addition to the comments on Facebook, I also got, what are you going to be talking about? Me, of course, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's where the name came from because...
But that's also your personality.
Yeah, that is my personality. I'm super eclectic. So one day we can be talking about church, and then the next day we can literally be talking about the political climate that we're in. So
next day or same conversation.
Yeah, same conversation.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I also got Lori fleecing this girl man. But I wasn't even offended by that because I definitely talked to my friends.
Wait, who said that?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna put so what I have made a vow for, like on my
okay,
conversation, I won't say names. Now you're definitely going to get personal stories because I mean, how else could I share my life experiences about a little bit of this and a little bit of that without?
That's valid. That's valid.
So I will protect. I mean, she probably be in the comment section saying she said it anyway, but you know, for various topics in the future, I won't say names. But yeah, no, I'm quick to say I'm ready for my husband to come and get me so I can tell people no, I can't do a gig, or no, I can't come to church, and no, I can't go. So I was not offended by her making the statement, Lord, please.
So you ain't going to church no more?
I mean, I'm gonna go.
Turning into
but I'm probably I'm probably not going.
Running joke.
I'm definitely running joke. But I'm probably not gonna be going to all of the extra services, you know, unless, you know, the Lord sends me a man from the church. And then, you know, I might, but you know, we'll see. But yeah, no, so I in addition to the comments that, or for my inner circle, because like I stated, they knew a couple of weeks prior to me actually recording, when I announced it on social media that this was something I was doing, it was an overwhelming amount of support. Like, I'll be honest, a lot of people that I didn't think would rock with me, or even support me, they came out in numbers, shared, and encouraged other people to watch. So no, I'm excited about this new journey.
That's good.
I am. I still don't know how we got here. Like, even on today, I was like,
me either, because today was a day I am tired, but we're here.
I'm not tired. I am a little nervous, and I was like, Lord, you sure? Because yeah, like, I do, again, we've already established that I'm a pretty funny individual and I know a lot, but I'm like, why would people even want to listen to what I have to say? Or why is this something that I'm supposed to be doing? But although he hasn't given me the why, he's given me the how to. And shout out to my amazing team. I shoot out questions, random questions, graphics, and they bring my ideas to life. And so it's been a really easy journey thus far. And I'm really excited to see where it goes from now.
That's good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Mentioning your friends, how do you like your friends to show up for you?
Well, I think that, if you haven't guessed it already, today's episode is going to be about how your friends show up for you. And we've already established that Jocelyn is my fun girl. Like I said, I'm going to take her everywhere. But yeah, in regards to how I like my friends to show up for me, it depends on me. We've already established also that I'm an all-around type of person. So I do have specific friends for specific reasons. So depending on what I need, I know which friend that I need to go to. And I know if they're able to be versatile to change the role that they're operating in at that time. I have friends that I know if I want to cry, that I can call, and they're not going to be like, I wouldn't call you if I need to cry.
You actually have caught me though, like.
Well, when I cried, you was like, are you crying? Did you just get through crying right now? So like, no, you're not that friend that I'm referring to. Like, I have a friend and she'll be like, you want to tell me later? Like, she just knows that I'll
So you just want to sit and cry? You don't want to talk?
I can cry at a drop of a hat.
I mean, I'm a crier, but
I am a crier. But yeah, no, I don't need someone to hold me.
But why do you call?
Well, I don't usually call while I'm crying. I just cry while I'm on the phone.
Okay.
And then after I get over it, like, I'm telling jokes the next second. So
yeah, okay, that's valid.
Yeah, so I just think that typically, and of course I have friends from all different walks of life. So, and I usually hold on to those friends once the relationship is established. I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes to friends. And so, yeah, I like my friends to show up, but I also know how they'll show up before I reach out to them, if that makes sense.
I just knew you were going to mention your birthday somewhere in there because You be so serious about
I do be serious about my birthday because my birthday is a big deal, okay? Like, if you can't show up for my birthday, I'm probably going to put you on the back burner, okay? I might come back and get you off eventually. But I might show, no, my birthday is a really big deal.
Yeah. Okay, well, how are you as a friend?
I think because...
how do you perceive yourself to be as a friend?
Well, I think that I can be whatever type of... Unfortunately, I'm one that I can flip what type of friend you need. So I know that... I'll say this. Another person or a different individual may get a different Demariss. Some of my friends can handle the hard exterior or straight no chaser.
I ain't gonna lie, and we've talked about this before. When I first met you, I was like, this girl is mean. I asked a mutual friend, I guess, of ours, and I was like, why she so mean? Like, what is wrong with her?
And I'm not mean, and a lot of people take that as... I've heard that I'm not a people person, and don't get me wrong, I think it's fair because for a while I did say that I myself didn't too much like people. Growing and healing and doing a lot of self-evaluation, I've been able to determine it's not that I don't like people. It's just that I'm a direct individual. And I feel like I don't coddle adults. And I think sometimes that's mistaken as I'm a mean individual when in actuality, I'm just trying to pull something out of you that you may not have experienced or no one else has actually asked of you before.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you all the time, like, you're the friend, like you're such a girly girl. You're a girl's girl. Like, I'm proud of you, and that's something to be celebrated. Like, that's you. That's not me. But I'm like, good job. No, I am like I don't know. It just comes off as, I don't want to say abrasive or brush because it's just like there. It's just there. It's no fluff. There we go. Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like you do have fluff sometimes. Well, honestly, because I just like told you something that happened like good to me, and you were like fluffy.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I guess it's like sometimes.
Maybe so. I'm getting old, child.
Yeah. You didn't cry, but I mean, it was
I didn't cry. I'm saying though, like, I'm getting old. I'm getting a little more in touch with my softer side, and I'm really trying to get in my soft girl era, like next year.
Okay. Well, that brings us to our next topic. So we watch Real Housewives of Potomac. And I actually have an opinion on this one. But recently on an episode, I don't know if y'all watch it. If y'all do watch it, like, chime in. If you don't watch it, try to go back and watch the episode. But anyway, this girl on there named Kay, she brought one of her friends of, like, was it 20 years, named Angel on the show. And they went back and forth. I can't even remember what they went back and forth about. But Angel went back to the other group of girls and told them that she chin checked her friend. And the girl was like, chin check? She didn't chin check me. Like, we had a conversation about it. What you do? Whatever.
Yeah, like Kay told the friend.
Yeah, Kay told the friend group that she chin checked Angel. And Angel was like, nah, she didn't chin check me. But that brings me to the question. Do you feel that it's okay to chin check your friend or check your friends?
Yeah,
in a way.
Do you know how many times somebody has to chin check me?
Well, for me, I feel that it is appropriate for you to question someone on something, but to check, you're not checking me. Like, I think it's a difference because then I feel like the term chin check is a rough, like, term. Like, it's a hard term.
And Angel felt like chin check was a rough term as well.
Yeah.
Me, I really didn't. Well, because in street lingo, chin check is like, something hard. But of course, when I'm speaking about it in my friend relationships, of course, a chin check, I simply just dropped the chin off and I had to check my friend. And yeah, again, do you know how many times somebody have to check me? And I definitely think that it's valid because in relationships, a lot of times My friends typically call me Grace because
you give a lot of grace.
I do give a lot of grace.
And I thought I was super nice.
But I'm not, right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like the people, there's a misconceived notion with me. But I give a lot of grace in regards to perspective because there's always something that you can receive or there's always room for it to be interpreted a different way. My latest thing is consider the source. If you consider the source, and things that they are going through, known and unknown, there's a lot of times that actually influence how someone responds to you, how someone answers to you. So I know that's something separate or that's going into a different level of the question, but I do think it's appropriate to be checked because we don't always get it right.
That's true, but checked in what way? How do you like the approach? I guess that's the question. What would you like the approach to be, or how do you expect your friends to approach you? Like, I don't know. I feel like your friends know you well enough, but just to elaborate.
No, they know me. And I say that because also we spoke on it earlier, like different relationships calls for a different person. And so I would, and whether or not you feel like it's appropriate, and I do feel like you receive, because I've had to check you a couple of times.
Have you?
I have had to check
what you check me about?
I don't think you want us to divulge on the camera, but I
don't recall. But I feel like it probably was the tone that you said it in that made me feel like you didn't like check me. But
maybe so. And that might be the thing why chin check seems like a negative.
Yes, or just check, I guess. But maybe like call me out on something that I maybe was wrong in.
Yeah, but you're sensitive.
I am.
You are. And so it's a lot of different verbiage that you have to give when we're like, Jocelyn, but do you really think they mean it like that? Or maybe you could have said it a different way. I feel like me saying you could have done something a different way or look at
you have said that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you've done that for me.
So that's checking. Now, of course, I have relationships where I don't get the fluff that I don't give is also the fluff that people don't give me. So I have people that also say, now, Dad, you know better than me.
Pause. Now, you may be wondering who's Danielle. Isn't this Conversations with Demariss? Danielle is my middle name that my family and close friends affectionately call me. They won't adhere to my wishes, and frankly, I'm too old to keep trying to make them. Now, that doesn't mean you should call me Danielle, because if I realize that you're speaking to me, I'm more than likely going to remind you that you don't know Danielle.
Hey, now, Dad, you know better than me. And I can say it in that tone, and I know you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
So I say that all to say, like, I do think it's appropriate to check your friends. I also think that in relationships, you have to know the individual. If you are still on associate acquaintance level, you don't have the right to check. You don't even know me well enough to receive my check.
But if I'm an associate of yours, and I see that you did something that wasn't appropriate, you don't feel like I should tell you, like, I don't think that was cool. Like just looking out, like, hey girl, I just saw that like happened. I don't think it was that cool, but just think about it, consider it, and
but typically people don't come to others like that.
That's true.
And I think that's the issue, because if you're my associate and you're coming to me like that, I may be able to receive it that way. But if you're my associate and you coming to me and saying that, like I just said, Danielle, you got it, but like, you definitely gonna get who you talking to or what? And like, I won't be able to receive it. In relationships also determines how someone is able to receive anything, whether it's a check, whether it's advice, like that's determining what they can receive from an individual.
Yeah. But why do you feel like it's sometimes hard for people to be honest with their friends in situations like this, or just in general about something that needs a little honesty in the conversation? Or
I think that as humans, we're always worried about rejection. And abandonment. And of course, it just depends on how you were brought up, what you're growing, how you grew up and things of that nature, how you were raised. And then it's the individual, consider the source. So there are some individuals there I can go to and be extremely honest and say, hey, I think you need to just sit down and sit with your thoughts, or you moving too fast. But then there's other individuals, what you mean I'm moving too fast? Or what you mean I need to sit down? So because you have those individuals, sometimes it's just easier to not fight. Mm-hmm. It's easier to just let someone sit and learn.
Well, for me, it's because I'm not really a confrontational person.
No,
I'm for me to you are. But I'm not. But for me, it takes a lot for me to even get to a point where I'm going to have a conversation with someone. Yeah. Like, just like, okay, like, chill out, my girl. Whatever the case may be. Months, years, whatever, a lot of build up, whatever the case may be. So for me, I think that's why, and I don't know, maybe I should talk to my therapist about it. Y'all should get y'all a therapist, by the way. I am a big advocate for therapy. Get a therapist.
She's definitely going to unpack this.
Jesus and a therapist. You need both.
I'm going to get one.
You should, and not chat. But chat does give you good insight on what can help you unpack with your therapist. Seriously. Like, ask chat to read you. I'm telling you, it'll like hurt your feelings. And then I go unpack with my therapist. But
you do.
Yeah, get your therapist. I forgot where I was going. But
and I forgot where you started.
I think I was talking about honesty and not being confrontational.
Oh yeah. But I still on the flip end, it's okay. Because when you said that, I wanted to say, although I am confrontational, I don't feel like I receive my relationships in a confrontational manner. Like, I'm open to my friends coming to me and saying they have an issue. We can talk about it all day long, as I'm not, I think it's also, so I'm big on boundaries. So if you want to hug me, ask me, can you hug me? If you need to have a difficult conversation with me, ask me, is this a good time to have a conversation? Because you never know because you may be in a position to receive something from someone at a different time. And it may not even be them. It could definitely be predicated solely on you. Mm-hmm. So now trying to confront me and not asking me, hey, is this a good time to talk? You are definitely probably going to rile up the confrontational individual that's in me. But if I say, sure, or if you ask that, I just feel like permission should be granted prior to confronting or checking a relationship or a friendship. And I think that would make a conversation smoother.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to jump back to the show. Do you feel that Kay really had chin check Angel?
I don't think she chin checked her in private, but I do think that at the table, she definitely chin checked her when she said, so the conversation that you had with the other ladies, let that be your last one. Now, that's a chin check. It was like...
But you know who also be chin checking? Tia.
Oh yeah.
Tia be eating them up. She be eating Ashley Darby up. She be eating them up. Like, she's a good what is she? Is she British or South American?
No,
not South American, South African.
Yeah.
South African?
I don't know.
But
yeah.
The accent, I don't know, whatever. But she be chin checking.
Well, I think she went to boarding school. This is not gonna be a Real Housewives of Potomac
podcast. Sorry.
But but I do like Tia as well.
Yeah, me too.
She reads very intelligently.
Do you think you read good?
I read, but I go in the gutter. Like,
gutter snack. You're a
Candace. I'm Candace.
I don't like Candace.
I love Candace.
Can I stand up?
And I love an intelligent read. So if you got a little bit of street in you, but the Lord won't give me an opportunity to read nobody. Like, every time. And it's a little sad.
But I also feel like that's the difference. I'm not confrontational, and I'm also not good at arguing. I can think of all of what to say afterwards. I'm a fighter, which is really bad. I guess I get it from my mama. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But maybe not. Sorry. I'm like, girl, what? But I don't really have too many words. Okay, you said what you said. What you want to do? Like, which is why I don't like addressing certain things, or even like just not in friendship, just in relationships in general. Like, after we've talked about it for so long, or we've addressed it, You know?
Yeah, but also in relationships, there's, a foundation.
Not saying I want to fight. I don't think that came out right. Not saying that I just want to fight if a conversation keeps having to come up. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do get what you're saying. Your patience runs out, and then you're like, so either we're going to move forward or we're going to fight.
In the middle of a conversation, in the middle of a check.
Yeah, no, but I also feel like in relationships, you also have the opportunity, or it should be based off of love. I love all my friends. I think I hit the mic. Sorry, y'all. I love all my friends. So there is a certain level of care that I'll approach any conversation. So even if it's a tough conversation, I'm still trying to take into consideration the words that I'm using and how they're going to receive it. But of course, this took years because I've always been one of those like, well, I said it and quote me because
quote me is my but like yours took years for you to calm down. But I think I'm just now gaining a little bit of a what is that? A stronger, I don't know. Not voice, but like a more, yes, maybe a stronger voice.
Because I don't know. People pleaser for something.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
We're still unpacking that. I was going to say, we're still unpacking. Yeah. But, yeah, so I think like now I'm kind of at the point where I'm like literally no nonsense a little bit. And I feel like it comes across, especially to people who've known me like for years, as if I'm being rude or if I'm being distant or I'm changing or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, no, and I think that like you should be able to change in relationships. We're always constantly changing and evolving. So I do think that's acceptable. Now, I do know that it's hard for individuals that have known you for a long time to accept the change. Like that's the biggest hurdle that I feel like most people have.
But I also feel like it's looked at as one-sided. Like,
what you mean?
I feel like sometimes people look at things selfishly from their own perspective, and how it makes them feel, but not thinking about how it makes the other person feel to actually be setting those boundaries, because it hurts to say no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say no, but I know it's healthier to say no because I don't actually have the capacity to do XYZ or be XYZ or whatever the case may be.
I think it hurts while you are in the process of changing. Of course, it'll get easier.
Yes.
Once it actually becomes part of your DNA.
Yes.
So no, I think that's good. And I actually think that's a good place to end.
Oh, wow.
I do. I don't want it to be a long, drawn out conversation. But I do think that this is a great topic and we'll definitely dive back into it. Or I'll have you on for something else.
Have me as a guest. That's cute.
Have you as a guest.
Now a word from our sponsor. Hey guys, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, let me help you get your living room outfit started. PC3 Apparel offers a huge variety of sweatshirts and hoodies. During this time, their grateful sweatshirts are super popular. It's the season to be grateful. It comes in a variety of colors, so it's perfect for family photo shoots or just to set those new sneakers you got off. Not feeling the sweatshirts? No problem. He has his chosen hoodies as well. Don't see the color you like? Hit him up and see if he can get it for you. So head over to Instagram and check out PC3 Apparel. If you don't have IG, slide in Paul Copper's Facebook Messenger and he can get you right. We all have a reason to be grateful, so say it with your chest.
Thank you again for our feature. We want to shout out our pastor, my brother, what you call him?
Oh my God,
her goddad. Make sure y'all go cop the sweatshirt.
Go get a shirt.
PC3 Apparel.
Oh, that was so timely.
Okay, but yeah, no, he sells out every Thanksgiving, and it's not just the grateful sweatshirts. He also has a chosen line,
and it's good material, comfortable.
It's good material. It's soft,
long lasting.
It is long lasting, and it's on. That's like even outside the washing machine. After you wash it and stuff, you don't have to go to the dry cleaner.
Yeah. Go get you one.
Yeah, go get you one.
DM him.
DM. All right. That's enough. Okay. But I really want to thank you all again. Like my heart is overwhelmed with the support and this will not be the final episode. I don't know who will be next. I don't know what I'll talk about next. And again, I'm still waiting to see why I'm doing this. But in the meantime, I'm going to have a good time while I do it. And
have fun, girl.
That's why she's the sometime host. But I want to leave you with the thought of just make sure you extend grace in your relationships and your friendships. So this conversation was not only an introduction to what a little bit of this and a little bit of that was about, but it also wanted to touch on the subject of how your friends show up for you. And if you didn't get anything else from the conversation, I would just ask that you continue to consider the source. In addition to considering the source, make sure you also extend grace because there's going to be a time that you're going to need it as well. Until next time, this has been a little bit of this and a little bit of that for Conversations with Demariss. See you later.
Bye, guys.